Good morning, everyone. I'm Santosh Venkatraman, and I welcome you all to this press conference hosted by the Press Information Bureau, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, at the International Film Festival of India in its 56th edition at Goa. Before we proceed, I would like to remind everyone in here that this conference is also being live streamed across our PIB Panaji's YouTube channel. And it is a humble request of mine that all those present in here may turn off your electronic devices or may put it on the silent mode. Today we have with us the team from the movie A Useful Ghost. We have the director of the movie, Mr. Ratchapum. We have the associate producer, Mr. Tanade. We have the actor of the movie, Mr. Vitsarut, and the cinematographer, Mr. Pasit. I would read out a brief synopsis of the movie and then we can watch a trailer. Yes. After Nat tragically dies from dust pollution, March is consumed by grief. But his daily life is turned upside down when he discovers his wife's spirit has been reincarnated in a vacuum cleaner. As absurd as it seems, their bond is rekindled, stronger than ever, but it is hardly to everyone's liking. His family, still haunted by the accidental death of a factory worker, reject the supernatural relationship. To prove their love, Nat offers to clean the factory to prove herself a useful ghost, even if that means doing away with some lost souls. The film explores power, gender, and post colonial identity in Thailand's cinematic and historical context. Can we please have a preview of the movie?
Bob?
อุ้ยพี่
ผมว่าคุณโดนแล้วล่ะครับ
โดนอะไรคะ
โดนผีหลอก
โรงแรมฆ่ากู
The movie A Useful Ghost is the official entry to Academy Awards from Thailand. Right? It is the closing film here at our in IFI in its 56th edition, and it's also the debut feature film for the director. It has already premiered at Cannes Critics Week 2025, and it won the Grand Prix in there. Right. Before I open up the floor, I would like to hear the personal journey that the team has undertaken as far as this movie is concerned. It has already premiered in different film festivals. How has that experience been? And how has the reception of the movie in different places around the globe has been? I would like to start with the director, please.
Thank you so much for having me here, and it's such a pleasure to be here. Really, about the film, when I first had this idea for this film was in 2017, so it took quite a few years until we've started the productions and we premiered it this year at Cannes. And I've been traveling with the film for quite a few festivals, and it was very, how to say, nice experience to meet audience across the world, and they have how they have different thought about the films. Yes, and also the film was already released in Thailand, and I don't know. I mean, it's been very enriching experience because who would have thought that a vacuum cleaner could take me this far, and and who would have thought that the film with this kind of crazy idea could travel to a lot of places. Yeah, so it's been very. I'm very grateful for this experience. Yeah.
Mr. Tanade, would you like to please share your thoughts?
So basically, I just want to say thank you first for having us.
It's been a really great time being in Goa with this really lovely festival and also lovely town. I hope it won't be the last, and then I can just come back here again for sure. And then yeah, for this film, it's been a really really long journey for sure, like spiritually and intellectually. Um, I am so grateful and glad that we have made it this far. We have been to many festivals already, and then we got really, really well recognition from all of the audience around the world. And then yeah, I could not be more grateful than that. Thank you so much.
Can we have the actor, Mr. Vatsurat, please
Okay.
share your comments.
Hello, สวัสดีครับ I am so honored to be here, and being an actor in this film is quite a very, challenging and also a greatest experience, one of my greatest experiences in the life as an actor. So yeah, hope you guys gonna enjoy that film and tell us about it. Okay, thank you.
I must say that your film is quite popular among the crowd-going audience in here.
Right. Thank you.
I would now
Nice
request
to-
Mr. Pasit also to share his comments.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. First of all, I think this festival is the first festival that I have been attended for the movie. Actually, I didn't went to other festival before. I am working on other projects, so this is the first time to hearing the feedback or the thought from people from other country by myself. So I'm really exciting and really very exciting and looking forward to see how people here thinking about this film. Thank you.
Now I open up the floor for any questions, please.
Mr. Nachal, I'm happy to say that I saw your film in Toronto International. I saw your film at the Toronto International Film Festival,
thank you.
and I liked it very much. And it's a very allegorical film in that sense. You are used an occult element to describe the past, what has happened, and and the cleaner is also another element which is trying to erase the sins of the past or whatever you can say. I mean, the kind of movement, student movement and other things that how did it occur to you that you use this occult element and the symbol of the cleaner to sort of purge the past?
The symbol of sorry,
The cleaner.
okay. Yeah. Initially, when I first had this idea for the film, like the ghost didn't appear in the vacuum cleaner; she just appeared in a human form. But when I was developing the story, I talked to a lot of people, my friends, and some grant funding committee, and they always respond by like, they always ask me like how your ghost would look like, and I said like, oh, she just appeared as a human, and they always say like, oh, that's not very original. So I just went back and think of something more original. So I came back with a vacuum cleaner, which it kind of makes sense for me because from the first draft, she died of dust pollution in Thailand. In Thailand, dust pollution is real. When I first thought of it, and still today, like in every winter, like the dust pollution will start like from December, especially in Bangkok and in the north. So I thought like if the ghost would return to possess some electrical appliance in the house, it would be vacuum cleaner because it's kind of make perfect sense, like because she died of dust, so she would come back to be something like a dust eliminator, something like that. And because another inspiration would be that I try to, because when I got the feedback that the ghost in the human form is not original, I try to do some research about how cinema as a medium visually depict ghosts, how you can tell that this is human and this is spirit. Some people like, oh, just put on makeup, like you have like a pale face, or some like make some special effects like it's a translucent figure, or you're floating, the ghost is floating, the ghost doesn't have feet or something like that. And then there's like this American traditions American cinema tradition or poltergeist that ghosts are invisible, people cannot see them, but they try to communicate with us by moving objects in the house, opening windows, turn on TV or something like that. And I thought like that's interesting that how ghosts can communicate through objects. They're not human, but they're objects. So when I looking for like what kind of objects that she could be inside, it's a vacuum cleaner. Yeah.
Your films actually starts off with the demolition.
Yeah.
Starts off with, and then she goes and buys the.
Yeah.
That is the thing. Now, basically, what you've done is actually you've used two elements. One is the ghost, as it says, and the vacuum cleaner
Oh.
to narrate the Thailand's
Oh.
bitter past history, which is very interesting and very political in nature if you look at it that way.
Yeah.
The purge that is trying to happen within the society about what happened there at the time. How did you actually script that into the story?
About the talk about the past.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't in my first draft. I try to think. I think one of the reasons would be that because I got the title first, A Useful Ghost, but I didn't know yet what kind of usefulness that she could have. And in Thailand, I'm not sure about here, the usefulness that ghosts could be is they can visit you in your dream and tell you lottery number. Like your late grandmother might visit you in your dream and tell you like, oh, the first prize of the next lottery round. But I found that so uncinematic. Like it's not for the film about ghosts telling you like what number that you should buy for the lottery. So, but we have this belief that ghosts, dead people can visit you in your dream. And when I was writing the fourth draft or something like it was in 2020. It was COVID year, and there's a lot of young demonstrator against the military regime by that time in Thailand across the country, and there's a lot of arrests of activists, political activists, and I found that it's quite intriguing that a lot of arrests. There's a report that the authority like look into activist phone to look at their chat history, what they talk to their mother, their father, and they use the message as something like evidence. Oh, you said this, you said that, and sometimes they also arrested the mother. Oh, your son told you this, and you didn't stop him from partaking the protest, something like that. And I found that it's so how the state look into the personal space of like chat history with your family member, and then I think like if ghosts can visit you in your dream, and dream is something so personal, it contains like memory, your aspiration, your fantasy. So it's kind of like piece start to falls in together. So I thought like maybe if ghosts could be useful to someone in power, it could be like ghosts could be in your dream to see like what you're dreaming, something like that.
Hello.
I just realized I'm spoiling a lot, but sorry.
Have you
It's not
have
too
you
big.
inspired by any
Yeah.
science fiction?
Mm.
Have you inspired by any science fiction?
Oh,
Uh,
I'm fascinated by science fiction, but I wasn't like consciously. I wasn't conscious about being inspired by science fiction. But in the film, yeah, there's some sci-fi elements into it, but I wasn't that conscious. Yeah, to be honest.
If you had seen
Mm.
Norman McLaren's
Mm.
human-machine relationship,
Mm.
National Board of Films Canada, he
Oh,
has done a lot of short
yeah.
films, human
yeah,
machine
yeah.
relationship. It would be very nice if you see that also.
Yeah, not
And
yet.
beautifully, your
Yeah. Thank
imagination itself is very fascinating.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, actually, what is interesting is, especially in Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, Thailand,
Yeah.
and other things, this element of a natural element
Mm.
comes into their cinematic narratives.
Mm.
If you look at it, very interestingly, and also this folklore kind of a thing that
Mm.
to depict the say nation's history or nation's past or
Mm.
something. So it's very interesting kind of subject, and also this one that you come up with. And another thing is also you're again talking about, of course, spoilers. This is
Mm.
about what is happening within the family itself
Mm.
also. So in that sense, it's really I enjoyed it, and it's quite interesting. I don't know, intriguing film for
Mm.
I hope the audience will also
Yeah, I hope so too.
receive that kind of a thing. And
Yeah.
especially the memory and the past is well thought out.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I have a question for the cinematographer and maybe the director and the producers. What were your factory settings can be a little drab. So, what deliberate decisions did you make sure to take so that your movie would be visually appealing? Any decisions about the color palette or something like that?
I think Rajapum can start with the brief that he had for everybody, for the crew as well, and then Pasit can just get into details after.
Yeah. Before the shooting, I discussed a lot with the team how I come up with that, because I think the world building of the film is very important. That it's the film is full of silly ideas, but it needs to be convincing. Audience should believe in the world that we created. So we discussed a lot about this, and I think like one of the keywords that I gave to my team would be, I want the film to look elegantly perverted and perversely elegant. It should look both like it's so beautiful, but it's so silly at the same time. There's something like naughty or undisciplined underneath, but it's so well composed. So all the colors is very colorful, it's very vibrant. The composition is very, how to say, theoretical. It's so static, like all the actors stand, sit, pose in the frame is very like very artificial. I like the artificialities of the film. I mean, as an audience, I also like realistic film, but as a filmmaker, I don't want to. I mean, other people could make more better realistic film, but I'm interested how the film should look. Could be playful. You could not. I mean, like in real life, you would not see anything like that in the film. So I like this idea of like film can be so malleable, like can be anything, and I want to play with that. Yeah, with the composition, with the color, and it should look beautiful, but should not look too serious. There's something silly always. Yeah, maybe Pasit can add something. Yeah. ความสวยงาม
Yeah, I think Rajapum answered it all, but if I want to add, in the pre-production process, we have to like discuss of the shot lists of the shots that we want to do it on each scene, and we also do as a playbook for our cinematography. I can recall some rules that we do it together. There's one that we don't be afraid to not to be cinema. It's like that we it gives us the courage to not to be afraid to do things that a little bit silly or something that unfamiliar, and we can play in a playful way, such as like doing some composition or the lighting that we want it to be looks a little bit unnatural, but not too overly done it, and also there's another rule that it's like to be playful, like Rajapum said, and have some mystery feeling in each scene. So I think it's like a mixture of the humor, and also we are like make the audience to be not still confusing or some unclear of something in the scene. And I also remember that he talked about the red color, like the red color in the Osu film, that we want the red to be the vivid, and I think that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, I just wanna mention another two things that I think play like a really big part for to your question as well, which are the location and our production design. Yeah, these two are the two elements that we took care of them like thoroughly during our preparation, and then Archipum thought a lot about it, and then yeah, we had great teams working for us for this one to create this kind of world, and then you can totally see in the cinematography as well. Yeah, thank you.
Uh, One of the news outlets mentioned this film as a new wave in cinema in Thailand. And now since Parasite and all these movies, there's more focus on South Asian films. I wanted to know, can you tell us about cinema in Thailand? How big is it? What are the genres that are usually explored there?
I mean, I think a wave should be one film cannot make a wave, so I'm not sure if it's a wave yet, and there's a lot, but I'm not sure, like, because I think any new wave is retroactively made. It's like just a few years afterward that people looking back and it's like, okay, there's a wave starting here. So, but right now, like, there's like a new generation of filmmaker, yes, but I'm still not sure that if we have a wave yet. And in Thailand, how to say, like, the industry is how many films we produce each year? I'm not sure. Do you know?
For a theatrical release, I don't think that many.
Not many.
I feel like maybe to 30.
30, maybe, yeah.
30 something, not more than 50 as far as I know. And then I think we there's an industry there. There's this like movement of cinema and everything, but at the same time, it's not really that actually like active in the sense of like a default kind of outlet of entertainment in the country. Yeah, it's super well established like that for sure. But I feel like it's fluctuating. Yeah, sometimes you can't totally like predict.
Yeah. I think last year people said like, oh, Thai cinema is back because like there's a lot of like box office hit, like blockbuster hit, like five six film that make like more than 100 million baht in the box office, local box office last year. But this year, like, everything was down. like no, like film like struggle to make money this year. So we really not sure about, because like I think Thai audience are not overly nationalistic about their film watching. Like they don't feel like they need to watch Thai film. So it's mainly Hollywood films that make money in the country. So yeah, but most of the mainstream films in the country mostly like they are mostly horror and some romantic comedy. Yeah. We don't have like, I don't think we don't have much diversity regarding the genres in the industry in Thailand. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
We can have one last question.
Okay. I have a question for the actor. When you were playing the character, were you drawing more on the absurd fact that your wife is getting reincarnated as a vacuum cleaner, or were you drawing more on the melancholic aspect of it? So every day, how would you show up to the recordings?
Okay, it's different Visarut, I think.
just so you know, he's the academic lady
there
boy.
are two Visarut in the film. Like I'm the other Visarut who plays the academic lady boy. But if you want to ask like about the other Visarut, let Rajamum answer about it.
Yeah, outer Visalut like got asked that a lot, so I kind of remember like how he responded. So he said like he always think of his co-screen partner, the vacuum cleaner, as a human, as his actual partner, actual lover. So it would be awkward for him to behave around the cleaner. Like he really thought that she was his wife, to caress, to hold, to hug. Yeah. So yeah, that's I think his technique. I didn't ask him when we were shooting. I just knew about it after the film was released, and I listened to his interview. Yeah, that he actually thought that, oh, this vacuum cleaner is his wife. Yeah.
Okay, since curiosity is not, we'll have one more question.
So I was Small question for the directors. Then, since this is your directorial debut, what I wanted to ask you was: do you think films must always make a statement, make a point, or can they be purely for entertainment?
Oh, personally, I think film should make some point or a statement, but I think film should not have like a, how to say, like a film should not be, it should not be rigid. Like all the films are committed to make a statement, so the film could be purely entertainment as well. I think so, but let's say, like, if I'm a filmmaker, I want my film that I make, like, make some point or make some statement to the audience, to the world, to society. But I think, like, on the other hand, like, film can be just purely entertaining, and that would be all for the film. And I don't know. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
My question is for Visruth. Because I have seen the film, so I know your role. But no spoilers. You've said that this is one of your more challenging, more significant roles. How do you think, when a film like Useful that you've starred in goes places in the festivals, becomes an Oscar entry, how does it change for you as an actor in the industry?
Wow, great question. It brings me back to the start of being an actor. So being an actor in Thailand, quite similar to other countries, it's very challenging career indeed. And I'm doing like lots of variety in platforms, like from film, TV to TikTok. So it's a very, an initiation to another kind of bigger industry in Thailand. So being an actor in Thailand is kind of limited if you have the ability to do it, but still the opportunity is not that much. So if you get this kind of outlet, it would be very good for you. So for me, after being in this film, it's more easier for people to recognize as a film actor. So some people may know me like as a TikToker or as an actor in TVC or in TV series. But now it's more like, okay, you can do like indie film indeed, and that's what I'm wanting to do as well. So it's a very big pathway for me. Yeah, thank you.
So now we come to the end of this press conference. The team at IFFI wishes the entire team much more success and recognition in the years to come. I thank all of you I thank all the panelists and the audience who have made it here. We would like to present a small memento to all the panelists, so I request them to come forward, please.